Hello guys, so today we are going to learn about the house property, income under rent house property, that how we can calculate it. So the first step is we will calculate the gross annual value up, and then we will deduct the municipal taxes which should be paid by the assessee only. And this was the question which can ask in your viva also, that the municipal tax is paid by assessee only, then it will be get deducted from the GAV. Then after that we will get the NAV, that is net annual value. After that we will deduct the standard deduction under section 24A, that is always 30% of NAV. Whichever is your whatever your NAV comes, just do 30% of that. That is standard deduction under section 24A. Then we will deduct the interest on borrowed capital under section 24B. It's totally a complete different topic which we will discuss in detail in later videos. And then finally we will arrive at an income under rent house property. Now the twist here is, how do we calculate GAV? Because this is something that you should learn about and something which is complicated. So first we will compare the fair rent and the municipal valuation, and we will select whichever is higher one, because our teacher from where I have taken the tax classes always says that both the fair rent as well as the municipal valuation both are false. So basically all are liars and all tells the less one rent. So we will select whichever is higher, and then compare the rent so selected in the first step, that is whichever is higher of fair rent and municipal valuation, that rent, compare that rent with the standard rent, and then select from the lower one. So standard rent is a rent which is basically in the guidelines of the government or particular area's rent, and this rent standard actual rent received can never exceed from the standard rate at any cost. So we will select the lower one. Next, that the answer which has come from the step 2, that is standard rent, or the rent which we have arrived from step 1, whichever is lower, is known as the expected rent. Now compare the expected rent with the actual rent received or receivable, and we will select the higher of them, because we already know that the tenant, that the owner will always lie from him and tell the less rent received. But sometimes may or may not, he may tell a truth and tell her is actual rent received, which may be higher from the expected rent. So we will select whichever is whichever is higher, and that is a final GAV. So in this way we can calculate the whole process of income under rent house property and overview view.